All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay Will. So the Galaxy Note 8 has been nothing more than a pleasure to use, and using this phone daily as a daily driver is super easy for me. Now, over time, some devices will grow on you and your mind will change about them after you use them for a long time. And the purpose of me doing follow-up videos is to let you know this is how the phone is performing at the moment. This is how I feel about it at the moment. And right now, this is why I'm telling you the Galaxy Note 8 is one of the most complete phones after using it for 5 to 6 months straight. Now, I use my phone, this Galaxy Note 8, for several reasons. For one, I mean, look at it. The canvas on here, the screen is absolutely gorgeous. You get a lot of display. And for phones today, you need a lot of display. You need a lot of canvas now because pretty much in today's world, you can actually have a computer in your pocket. And the Galaxy Note 8 strives to do that. Now, Galaxy Note 8 owners, not everybody uses the S Pen. Not everybody uses it for any kind of productivity. Some people just want the biggest screen possible and the sleekest body. And the most beautiful screen, good cameras. People have their own reasoning for buying a phone. Well, the Galaxy Note 8 checks so many boxes for me, and I learned that the way I use phones, the Galaxy Note 8 is probably turning out to be a very complete phone for me. This is definitely the most complete phone that Samsung has ever made, period. The Galaxy Note 8 is probably the most complete phone. It is the most complete phone that Samsung's made, but it's got to be almost a complete phone, period. There are some drawbacks to this phone in my usage that I don't like. It depends on who you ask. So first things first, let's tackle some of the things that I think still need improving, and that is the front camera. I want to be able to sit in my office and shoot a front-facing vlog with the Samsung Galaxy Note 8 and not have that washed out look. It just looks washed out for some reason and flat. I've cleaned the sensor. I've rebooted the phone. I've done a factory reset. This happened to me on the Pixel 2 as well. But with the Galaxy Note 8, if I go outside and I change the lighting, if I put artificial lighting and things like that, the Galaxy Note 8's camera is good. But compared to some other phones, I don't have to use artificial lighting. And I can still get a great video if I want to do a front-facing vlog with this phone. Sometimes I like to just do a video and upload it directly to YouTube like I'm going to do with this video. The front-facing camera needs some work. It looks a little washed out at times, and that's just something that I kind of learned and have accepted over time. Depending on the lighting, you can get some really good footage with that front camera, but if not, it looks a little washed out at times. So another thing that I think needs to happen is I'm on the January security patch, but the phone needs to be on Oreo because Oreo is out and Samsung's already moving forward to the Galaxy S9. And I foresee them releasing the Galaxy S9 with Android Oreo, and this phone will still be on 7.0 or 7.1.1. So few minor things for me that I feel like need to be improved. Keep your software up to date and push some software updates to help get that camera to be able to perform at its peak. Now, the rear of the phone, the rear camera is absolutely stunning. I just don't have any issues with this rear camera. It shoots in 4K, but not 60 frames per second 4K. Now, for some people, that might not be a problem or an issue. But for me, I kind of hate that Apple has pushed forward with 4K at 60 frames per second and Samsung hasn't, because to me, Samsung's cameras are fantastic. I mean, the rear camera is fantastic. So give it 4K at 60 frames per second. Let your users experience something new. That's about all I can say about that. Now, when it comes to things that I really like, now here's a feature that I actually use the most on this phone. Now, let me start by saying I'm back to basics with this. I use the Galaxy Note 8 S Pen just like I did when I first got my first Galaxy Note. I've been using Galaxy Note since day one. And the best feature about this phone, or one of the best, I shouldn't say the best, but one of the best, is being able to hover into links or drop downs and not actually select. So if you see here, I love being able to do this feature right here. And the reason I love it is because I need to be able to do that. Some of the things that I'm doing online, I need to be able to get into certain subcategories without having to click on it. Because when you click on it, it just takes you to a different link that you don't need. And this feature right here is absolutely great for me. I'm amazed at how functional the S Pen is. Having the Galaxy Note 8 is like having a pen and paper in your hand, in your pocket at all times. You can turn the screen off, and you can write on the screen and take notes. It's just awesome. I don't know of any other way to say it. The S Pen brings this phone to life. And I think any phone with a stylus has that extra edge on other devices. That's just the way it is. And Samsung is the first to bring that to the surface and make it popular. And I think that, and quote unquote, bring it to the surface and make it popular, because there's been phones with styluses prior to the Galaxy Note, but they didn't implement it the way Samsung did it. So the S Pen takes this phone over the top. And I think a lot of companies, they fall short when it comes to that. They can't compete with the S Pen in a lot of ways. It's just not happening. Now, I keep my phone in the highest resolution on the display, which is Quad HD. I don't put it down because I want to be able to enjoy everything about the phone. And I like to watch videos in the highest resolution possible when I can, because this phone is certified HDR. So you can get that punchy video for things on Netflix and things like that. You can just get a very vibrant, punchy video. And I think that if you're buying this phone, you should try to use every high-end feature that you can, because you're kind of not wasting money, but you're not getting all your value, you know? So the display on this thing, just still to this day, I'm such in awe about it. It's unbelievable. Now, where the phone has improved a lot is battery. Now, I've learned to not measure my battery by screen on time. Now, you're going to say, what, Jay, you need to measure by screen on time? No, I don't. I'm starting to measure my phones by how long I can stay off the charger. Because a lot of phones, you can get 16 hours of battery life, but you only got you can get 8 hours of screen on time, but you only got about 12 to 16 hours of battery life, which to me isn't really doing anything. And some people say the power saving modes are lame. The power saving modes will save you. They will save you. And I've been off of the charge now for 13 hours, and it says I have about 47 hours left. Now, which is 2 days. I mean, so I've gone a couple of days on this phone. I've gone like 2.5 days with 3.5 hours of screen on time to 4.5 hours of screen on time. And when you think about this now, I'm using my phone for what I need to use it for, and I'm getting enough battery life out of it that matches that screen on time. Now, for me, you might disagree, and I respect that, but I think I've taken the Galaxy Note 2.5 to almost 3 days with 4 hours and a few minutes of screen on time. That's fantastic. That is fantastic. So measuring your battery life and everyone's battery life is going to be completely different. Even what I'm saying right now, people will disagree and say, I would never use the power saving mode. Well, listen, I will use the power saving mode. I think this functionality right here, the fact that it's there, a lot of phones don't even have this feature, you know? So I think that this is a huge win for phones that have this feature. And a lot of phones now are adapting this feature where you can just shut the phone all the way down. And trust me when I tell you, you can get a lot of battery life out of your phone. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn this on here. I'm going to turn it right back off though, to show you how I have mine set up for the functionality and what I'm doing. And I mean, look at all the time that it's adding on just from turning on this feature. And I've used this phone before like this. And you can definitely do it. You just have to be mindful of what you put down here. Now it disables the fingerprint reader, and it disables a few things. So you can only change these 4 down here at the bottom, and you can put different things in there. So let's just take off gallery, and let me show you what these are the only options that you have here. And the reason I don't have YouTube there is because I can access YouTube through the browser. So that's my mindset of, okay, I'm going to add things there that I'm actually going to need the most while I'm in this mode. And the screen timeout drops to like 15 seconds or something like that, I think. But you have access to a lot of things. When you think about it, productivity, you have access to some things. So let's just say, I don't want to, I had my gallery there because I was doing something, where I needed the gallery a lot. But let's just say I want to access my file manager now. I want to put some music there. So now I can go ahead and have my file manager there, and I'm set. Now, you notice I have access to my camera as well. So when you have the double tap, the power button turned on, you're in this mode, it won't work. So that's why I started putting the camera there. But nonetheless, that power saving mode will take this phone several days. Trust me, it is amazing. Start using it. Now, normally I don't have my phones in cases around the house, but this is my favorite case. And again, I've been using this phone for 5 to 6 months, so you learn what you like and what you dislike about a device, even down to the case, the glass, the skin, whatever. This has come to be my permanent combination: a sub case, deep brand skin, and a white stone dome glass. This white stone dome glass has been on this phone since day one of having the white stone dome glass. This is the same one. I haven't taken it off. This case, it kind of lives in this case for some reason. I don't know, I just like the feel of this case. But when I do take the case off, I've got tons of grip with the black dragon, or dragon tail, or whatever it's called, from D-Brand. So there you have it. This is my setup. You know, the phone is good. The phone is great. The phone is doing everything that I needed to do. So with that being said, do I recommend the Galaxy Note 8? This phone right here definitely is recommended by your man Jay Will. This phone is actually getting ready to take my #1 SIM slot, and I'm super happy to say that, yeah, I rated it a certain way last year. But with extended use, you can really learn about how you're using your phones and how it suits you. So, you know, I think the Galaxy Note 8 is a win-win. And so, you know, the reason I do these follow-up videos once again is to let you know, hey, this is how I'm feeling right now. It is February 2018, and at the moment, this is how I feel. And I don't feel that the Galaxy Note 8 can be topped by a lot of phones. I think it might just be the Galaxy Note 9, you know, because the Galaxy Note 8 is fantastic. This phone should be able to last you and keep your needs met for at least 2 years to 3 years to however long. And because phones, there are people still using Galaxy Note 4. Don't let the tech world determine when, you know, you need to upgrade your phone. So it's your man Jay Will. Galaxy Note 8, man, it is a champ, and I'm super excited to still have this bad boy in the house. And I don't foresee myself ditching on this phone anytime soon. I do make phone calls, texts, emails, SMS. All of those things are a go. They're being done on this phone, and I'm super excited to be able to have this thing still in-house. I don't plan on trading it off or anything like that. This is a winner, man. So I think the only thing that can replace the Galaxy Note 8 is the Galaxy Note 9. It's your man Jay Will. I'll see you in the next video.